Hey Steve, have you seen this yet? Yeah, no, right? It's pretty controversial. It's got a lot of the community divided. How long has it been out? A week? Are you kidding me? We're just now getting to this? What do I pay you for? What do you mean I don't pay you? You live on my computer and you live a pretty good life, in my opinion. All right, look, let's not negotiate. Let's not argue about it. Let's just add this to the video list so we can get this done. What do you mean let's record for it now? I'm not ready. I just got back from the gym and I'm not prepared. Oh crap, I gotta get ready. Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Max and let's talk about this Reddit thread that's been taking the community by storm. So I'm sure most of you guys have seen this Reddit thread going around the internet as well as in most big content creators YouTube videos. Look, I'm gonna level with you. I don't look at Reddit too often, especially the r/Twitch part of Reddit, but I felt like that this particular story or take was way too interesting not to talk about. So I assume like the rest of the community, you've seen Harris Heller's and Devin Nash's take on this, but if for some reason you have not seen their videos on this topic, I'm gonna link both of them down in the description below because I think they're worth a watch, especially after you watch this video. So really quick, let's be real here. Why am I making this video? Because obviously I am not as big as Devin Nash and I am not as big as Harris Heller. The reason why I think this video is important is because I speak for not only myself, but I speak for the rest of the 99% of people who haven't made it on Twitch or whatever streaming platform you're trying to grow on. So we're going to get into the reasons why I do agree with Devin and Harris, but I also have a different take on it coming from somebody who is technically on the lower end of the totem pole of this whole streaming game that we're doing. All right guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this Reddit thread and talk about this. So before we get started with this, I just wanted to make it completely clear that this is directed at somebody that wants to be a full-time content creator. It's not directed at somebody who wants to do this casually and for fun, because you can do whatever you want if you're doing this for fun. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be directing all these comments as if you are going to try and be a full-time content creator. Something people need to realize is this grind attitude is incredibly unhealthy. So just to comment on this real quick, I completely agree with this dude because I see so many people online for 6-8 hours and they've only got 1-2 viewers. What's the point of that? You're not doing anything besides just sitting there playing video games. And if that's what you want to do, great. But if you're wanting to be a full-time content creator, you need to structure your time a little bit better. So my rule around this has always been stream for at least 2 hours. After that, you can start having diminishing returns depending on how many viewers you have. Let's say you got a pretty good amount of viewers that night and you're having a good time, chat interaction is pretty good that night. Stay on it, enjoy it. But if your chat is dead or if you're not having as good of a night, cut it off because you could be doing something else, like either A, resting because you're working a lot, or B, you could be working on YouTube content, Twitter clips, or anything else. Sure, streaming can be an incredible dream job with an insane amount of money, and of course, for people who can make a living off Twitch, it's 100% a legitimate job. This is a no-brainer. Doing content creation of any kind, whether it be streaming, just YouTube or anything, is a legitimate job. You can make money off of it. You have to pay taxes on it. You have to clock in. Like if you're pressing that live button that is technically clocking in, you have to do a lot of the same things you would in a normal job. But 99% of people who stream on any platform will never make enough money to pay for a month's rent, let alone the rest of your expenses. You have a few free hours after work and nothing else to do, have at it. Stream, have fun. If you're making a living at it, that's great and awesome and congratulations. But until that moment, you shouldn't be thinking about money or even the amount of viewers. All right, so this is an interesting one, and the main thing here is that you're not going to have enough money to pay your month-to-month expenses. This is honestly kind of 100% true. If you watch Harris Heller's video and Devin Nash's video, they really kind of go in depth a little bit more about it, but most partners either A, don't stream anymore, or B, they cannot pay their bills, so they have to have extra income from other jobs. The hard truth about streaming is you're dependent on donations, subs, bits, and all those things, and those vary from month to month. So unless you have other sources of income such as YouTube, merch, or whatever, you're gonna really struggle to just maintain a stable life just streaming. So that's why I wanted to create personally a series driven around content creation, because you don't want to be just a streamer, you want to be an overall well-rounded content creator, meaning you need to make YouTube videos, you need to make engaging Twitter content. So at the end of the day, this person is right. Just making money off of streaming is not going to work anymore. So look, let's be real here. Doing anything related to social media is difficult. I've tried a couple of different things in the past. I'm now trying YouTube and Twitch, and I'm really enjoying it. And trust me, I want to make full-time income from this. That's not even a question. But I don't know if I'm going to make full-time income on this. But at the end of the day, if I make anything in terms of tangible income to add value to my life, meaning I can reinvest into streaming and YouTube to help grow it more, or I can be able to take care of some stuff in my personal life, that's a win for me, because I came from nothing and turned it into something. But at the end of the day, I feel like that not viewing streaming and YouTube as a business is the quickest way to fail. So doing this just for fun, like he's saying in here, and then hopefully it will grow into something, maybe by pure luck, that's not the right approach you need to make. You need to be doing things with the intention of providing value and a product for people to be able to use. So if you're viewing it as a business, you're viewing it as something that you want to provide value to people's lives, meaning that you're trying to make them happy or smile, or even you're trying to provide resources to make their job easier if they're trying to do streaming. That's what you want to do. You don't want to be that guy that's sitting there for 6 to 8 hours just doing this for fun and hopefully you'll be the next Ninja or the next Shroud. That's just not going to happen anymore. You have to be able to put some skin in the game. You got to pay for stuff. You have to invest a lot more time than you're thinking. That's not necessarily live. You got to like invest a lot of behind the scenes times, making videos, doing design work, things like that. So like I said, I do agree with this guy in terms of the fact that you should be focused on doing it in your free time, but I feel like that just doing it for fun is the quickest way to fail at the end of the day. The fact that the current top post, which is encouraging this unhealthy and unrealistic lifestyle, has 659 points and at 93% upvote, shows that this is a widespread issue within Twitch. People in there are saying people who don't support them just don't get it, or if they don't show them unconditional support, they really aren't your friends. No, those people do care about you. So when I think about things like this, specifically talking about the motivational stuff, is I'm all for motivational videos and motivational quotes and things like that, but I feel like that they hold a lot of people back, because part of growing, in my opinion, and this is just strictly my opinion, is you have to be willing to put skin in the game. You got to sacrifice a little bit. You have to be willing to do a little bit more than the other guy, but that doesn't mean that you're going to make it, which sucks, because you could be better than somebody who has made it, or you could be a better designer or a better streamer or a better video editor, but just because that person was in the right situation at the right time, and I don't really attribute that to luck, I just attribute to them having a good business mind, then they're going to be more successful than you at that current time. Doesn't mean that you can't be successful, but at the end of the day, if you're relying on motivational quotes to keep you motivated, then I don't really think that you're motivating yourself in the right way. You should be looking at the challenges that are in front of you, meaning that if somebody tells you that, okay, well, 99% of people don't make it, then you need to be using that as your motivation to try and think differently. How do the top people make it at the end of the day? Is they thought differently. They saw a need. They saw something that they did not like was not available, so they attacked it and said, I want to make content on this because I don't see this anywhere. And that's not easy. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I feel like I like what this dude said here, is the people who say stuff like, okay, well, if somebody's not giving you unconditional support, then they're not really your friends. That's crap. I mean, like, you can't just dismiss people because they disagree with what you're doing. You need to respectfully disagree and say, look, I mean, I'm going to try this, and if it doesn't work, then okay. I mean, I've tried different things, personal training. I've done all sorts of different things over my life, and this is the newest thing. So if I make it, great, I want to do it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't need motivational quotes or motivational stories to really tell me what I can and can't do. What I need is just to understand what I'm getting into, where we're gonna go, and then I'll make my own choices in terms of what's best for the career I'm trying to do. Not to mention, streaming 8 hours does not make you have any better chance of becoming bigger than someone who has streamed 3 hours a week. It's pure luck. It's pure luck you become big, and there's no skill involved. This I couldn't disagree with more. There are so many streamers and content creators who have made it big, and I hate that, because people associate big as Shroud, Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, all these guys, and they're the anomalies. I feel like that you replacing your income is technically making it big because you've done enough to be able to move yourself from one situation to another. But calling it pure luck is completely false. I believe in right place at right time, and if you want to call that luck, great. But I feel like that, for example, if you make 100 YouTube videos, that's 100 pieces of content that people can go back to. And let's say the 101st video is the one that catches fire and hits the algorithm, and you end up doing that, then people have all these videos to go back and watch, and that's how you start gaining traction or hitting your first wave of YouTube subscribers, right? So, but that took skill. You had to develop skills as an editor, as a content creator. You had to keep pushing the envelope to get there. And you saying that it was all luck is the wrong way of looking about it. So I wanted to kind of tie it back to streaming. And if you're sitting there for 8 hours a day for months and months and months waiting for your break because you're relying on luck solely, it's never going to happen, because I don't really believe in luck. I believe that yes, there are some fortunate people back in the day, especially when streaming wasn't big, that ended up getting their big break, or they started off with a good platform. But nowadays, you have to really hone your skills in as a content creator. You need to set yourself apart, and the way you do that is by creating content on multiple platforms, the old quote that everybody knows, as well as making your stream different. I mean, when people come into your stream, are they just coming to see some dude's bed and a blank wall, or are they coming to see somebody who's put some effort into their background like this and maybe had some crazy channel point rewards like I do on my stream too? I mean, and I'm just honestly the bottom of the barrel with that. I've still got a long way to go with my stream, but at the end of the day, you have to put some level of skill and mastery toward your stream as well, and you can't just sit there and rely on luck. If Twitch tracker is accurate, there are 5.8 million unique streams per month and currently 45,000 partners. Now, there are a lot of partners who can't pay the bills with Twitch, but let's assume they all can. That is 0.007% of all streamers who are partners. So yeah, I mean, I've seen numbers like this before on Twitch tracker. They are pretty alarming. I mean, you got to look at, you can go on Twitch tracker right now and look at the amount of people streaming per month and then the amount of people watching, and it's just the math doesn't add up. There's way more people streaming these days than there are people watching. It's just something you have to be aware of, because at the end of the day, you're fighting other content creators and other streamers for their viewers. So it sucks to think that way, because I have people I want to see succeed and I'm happy they're succeeding, but at the end of the day, I want to succeed too. So how do I get my piece of the pie? How do I snag viewers from somebody else? And that's by being different. Look, that may be unpopular, but at the end of the day, the way I view it is this is all a business, and in business there's got to be some level of competition, and you have to create the competition. You can't just sit there and do what everybody else is doing and hope to be successful, because you're never going to be. You have to see what the market needs, and you have to sit there and say, can I fill that need? If you can't, try something else. Like for me, I'm still figuring that out, and I'm gonna be figuring it out for my entire career making content on YouTube and Twitch, because that's the game. You're trying to continue to you're trying to keep setting yourself apart from your competition, which your competition honestly is the other partners and the other streamers on Twitch or Facebook or wherever you're streaming. So yeah, it is unfortunate. You see your favorite streamers and they are partnered on Twitch, but most of them can't pay the bills, and it freaking sucks, because they're trying their hardest, but a lot of them don't diversify themselves enough. They're just streamers, or they may do some casual stuff on YouTube. They haven't learned to monetize themselves yet. When I get to that point, I'm gonna do my best to try and monetize myself in the most ways, so that way I can continue to have an income coming from multiple places. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to view your viewers as numbers. I think that that's the wrong way of going about it. But if you're serious about wanting to become a full-time content creator, you have to understand that this is a business. And I can't say that enough. I've said it a million times in this, but at the end of the day, this is a business and you need to treat it as one. So overall, I think this is a good little take. I feel like that there's a few things that I didn't agree with, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think it was fine. It didn't discourage me at all from wanting to do what I want to do. I think that it needed to be said, and honestly, I'm glad it was said. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and it was a little bit of a different approach because I feel like hearing it from the big guys is great, but hearing it from somebody that's in your position is honestly great as well. Now, with all that being said, I do stream on Twitch. Like I said, you can come in there and ask any questions you want. I love talking about this stuff, and if you want to pick my brain or if you want to just debate with me about it, then let's do it. I mean, I'm honestly open. It's going to be linked down in the description below. Also, we have a Discord. It's called the Veterans Club, and it's filled with people who want to see each other succeed. I'm going to be providing a lot of free designs, a lot of free resources on there for you to start off with your streams or even your YouTube stuff. So definitely keep an eye out for that in the Discord under the free designs page, and there's plenty of people to talk to, so feel free to jump in there as well. But that's it, guys. Truthfully, please, I cannot say this enough. Start viewing this as a business. Start viewing yourself as a content creator. We're going to start the new series in the next video called Content Creators, and I am dead set on changing your mindset and trying to make people not scared of making content on multiple platforms. So if that interests you, I'll see you in the next video, but thank you so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time. Where is run away! Oh my goodness, that scared the crap out of me. I actually thought I was getting shot.